guys, and welcome back to part 2 of looking at the horses on the internet auction through the Bureau of Land Management, so you don't have to. So the auction is currently running. There are 4 days left to bid on a horse. And starting off with my top favorites, we have this little girl. So here are a few pictures of her. Here is her information. So these are pickup locations, and she does not have any bids. She's from Antelope Valley. She's 5 years old. This is her video, and what I really like about her is she has a really kind eye. I think she has a cute face, and I think she's a cute little mover. I think she could really excel at anything, and she's a great age. I love how she comes over here in her expressive ears. Next we have this handsome guy, and here's some pictures of him. I love this one. He is a chonker. Here's his information, his pickup locations. He is from Goshute, Nevada, and he is a 9-year-old gelding. Here's his video. What I love about him is not only he has that thick, drafty build, I think he's a good mover, and even though he is older, I do think he has a lot of try, and he seems pretty interested and willing, not overly spooky, which I like. Next is this pretty lady. Here is her information. She is from Maverick Medicine. She is 8 years old. Here are her pickup locations. Here are some pictures. Here's her video. What I like about her is I think she's a good mover. I think she has a pretty good build, and I like how she's kind of interested, figuring things out. She's not frantically running around. I think she seems like she could be a really sensible mare. We have another mare. There's lots of mares in this auction. She is a 7-year-old. Here's her pickup locations, and she's from Triple B. Here are a few pictures. Oh, they're loading. And here's her video. I think she's a great mover. She kind of, with her build, gives me a little more English horse vibe. I think she could be great in dressage or any of the English disciplines, but what I like about her is I like her movement, her build, but also her sensibility to kind of figure her feet out, where she is, and I love her expressive ears. This is our next horse. She's a 6-year-old bay mare. Her pickup locations and her information. So she is from Maverick Medicine, Nevada. Here are some pictures. Here's her video. What I like about her is I think she has a really ground covering stride. I think she comes in pretty powerful, but I don't think she's overly spooky from this clip. I think she just has a really pretty movement, and I think with the right person she could really shine in whatever direction you'd want to take her. I love that beautiful stretch. She has a nice mane and tail too. Next up we have this really pretty gray. Something about her just kind of spoke to me. Here are her pickup locations and her information. She is from Twin Peaks, California. She does not have that many pictures, and they're loading. Here's her video. What I like about her, she seems curious. I think she has a sweet face. They kind of wave the flag at her. She goes away, but she doesn't freak out. I think she has a really pretty trot and has a little bit more of that draftier, thick build. Here we have another bay mare. She is 8. Here are her pickup locations, her information. She's from Foxhog, California. I really like this mare. She does not have a ton of pictures though. Here's her video. What I like about her is I love her build, but I also like her curiosity, her movement. I think she seems interested, and I think with some time and patience she could really come around and make a great horse for someone. She kind of goes over there in the corner, a little curious. We have another gray. She's a 10-year-old mare. Here are her pickup locations and her information. She's also from Twin Peaks. She only has 2 pictures. Here's her video. What I like about her is I also like her build. I do think she has a mat in her tail, potentially, but I do think she's a really pretty mare. I like how she goes over there, kind of is curious with the bush and everything. Here we have another gelding. I really like him. He's a 10-year-old. Here's his pickup locations and his information. He's also from Twin Peaks and he's Sale Authority. His pictures are really good and really showcase his movement. And here's his video. I love his movement, his stride. I do think for an older gelding, he does seem pretty willing to come around. I think with the right person, he could really excel. I think he looks kind of sporty. And I just really like a lot of different things about him. Here we have another gelding. He was featured in my last video. I'm not sure why he's still here because he's super cute. He's a 5-year-old gelding. There are his pickup locations and his information. He's from North Stillwater, Nevada. Here are his pictures. I think he is super cute. And here's his video. I think he has good movement. I don't think he seems overly flighty based on this video. I think he has a kind eye. And I think his mane is pretty awesome. The last horse I want to feature is a 7-year-old bay. She is so pretty. There's her pickup locations and her information. She's from Triple B, Nevada. I've heard they make really great horses for lots of different events. Here are some of her pictures. I think she has a really pretty face, really pretty build, movement. And here's her video. She does seem a little nervous, but I think she seems like she'd be able to come around. I really like her. I think I like almost everything about her, and I think with the right person she would definitely come around, maybe excel in some Western events. She has that thicker build. Those are just the horses I picked out to showcase. None of them have any bids right now. They start at $125, and if you're interested in adopting a Mustang, the Bureau of Land Management has all their adoption requirements listed per state, and you have 4 days left in this auction to bid, and then you can pick them up with the designated date that goes with the location you chose.